What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Dark Deception video, a rather different video than we usually do on the channel. Dark Deception has been one of my most favorite games, not just in indie scene, but overall. Anyways, welcome to a short guide video where we'll dive deep into complete but short guide into how to get S rank for all Dark Deception chapters, starting with chapter 1. We'll explain how to get secrets while avoiding monsters, how to get everything in time, and complete the entire chapter to get that good stuff S rank that we all love to get. So if you're interested in this type of series for other chapters and you want this to continue, make sure to let me know through your support and hit that like button. Also, big note before we begin, this guide will not contain any exploits or hack. It's purely going to be skill based, so regardless of how many updates they make, it will definitely, for the most part in theory, gonna have skills that determines your overall results for the game. And lastly, this guide will work for any update, but for this one I'm doing 1.6.0 unless they add in another secret to this chapter. Otherwise, you should be good to go. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, when we boot up the game, we first get greeted by this amazing design, almost nightmarish design of Monkey. This is one of many reasons why I love this game. Every monster that we're yet to face, they show this nightmare design of them, which makes me appreciate their hard work even more. But let's get to the matter at hand. Monkey Business is the first out of 10 portals in Beerus's ballroom. Now, if you're interested in the story element of the game, we've made countless videos on the story of each chapters, and there will be more soon, so you can definitely check out that on the channel. However, this is where I want to split the video into two parts. Number 1, how to beat this chapter, and number 2, how to get the S rank. Now, if you just want to beat chapter 1, you're in luck, because Monkey Business, no questions asked, is by far the easiest level compared to other chapters and other levels, such as Gold Watchers, Agatha, or Sewers. So if you just want to beat this chapter, here's what you'll need to do. Sound is the most crucial element in any levels of any chapter in Dark Deception, and that is one of the main reasons why this game is such a massive success and has such an emotional and good, strong connection with fans. Developers have put big thoughts and put a lot of effort into the sound element and sound design of this game, especially when monsters are chasing you. Now, keep in mind there are 3 monkeys chasing you down, or maybe 4, correct me if I'm wrong, but mostly 3 monkeys chasing you down. So it's gonna be hard for you to understand and strategize where they're coming from and which way they are, but for the most part, you'll get it right, because the sounds of them near you, or the sounds of them being right behind you, running, thumping sounds, they're actually a bit louder than where they actually are. Suppose you hear they're doing this thumping sound, the running sound on the other part behind you to the right side, and it's increasing. It's maybe time to avoid any corners and try to find a straight, albeit long path, so you can outrun them for a while, because they're not gonna go anywhere, eventually getting back to normal track. One thing to keep in mind is that every time they're inches away from killing you, you're gonna hear Beers shouting or saying anything. That's probably for the players who are taking risks, but for most of you guys, try to stay on the edge of the map most of the time. But keep in mind, as soon as a level starts, get as many inner shards within the inner map before going towards the edge. Sound will definitely gonna help you, but you have to keep your ears open, because the sounds, they do get loud, but they're kinda warning for you. If you're going towards the inner side, try to find a bit longer path so you can keep a mild distance, because one thing's for sure, you cannot outrun them forever. They'll eventually get back on your track, but you can at least outrun them for a while. One more thing, and it is a big advice: keep 2 shards near the ring altar. You could keep 1 or 2 or 3, but I recommend 2, so you can get these last 2 when you're finished taking all the other shards. Why? I'll get to that in just a second, but keep that in your mind. It helps a lot. I've talked about strategy before. As soon as the level starts, get as many shards from the inner side of the map as possible. This is gonna be so helpful later, trust me on this one. It's really easy to get outside of the inner circle. It's even more easy to get to the edge of the map. So keep one thing in mind: get all the edges ones first, then slowly make your way towards the inner shards. If you feel like you're about to get cornered again, it's best to backtrack to longer paths as you're not doing S rank, and slowly get back on track and slowly get those soul shards. There are no timers, you're not getting S rank. Keeping in mind the sounding technique, once you get all the soul shards except last 2, 3, or 1, you'll thank me so much. Trust me on this one. Get that 2 to 3 shards and get that ring so you can complete that level. Also, one more thing to keep in mind, you can die once you get that ring. It's Malak time once you collect all the soul shards, which in this case, once you get that ring, it's not that eerie, but you need to get used to Malak time in this chapter, so it becomes not so hard for the upcoming chapters. But with all these tips, you should be good to go to just beat this chapter. But what about the S ranks? Oh boy, just like I mentioned earlier, this level is by far the easiest, which means getting an S rank, and this has to be the easiest one. Apparently, that's correct. So here's what you need to do in order to get S rank. The rules for S rank for Chapter 1 Monkey Business goes as following. You need to complete entire level in less than 10 minutes. Yes, any literal second above 10 is gonna give you A rank. Trust me, I've tried 1,000 times, so make sure to keep it under 10. You'll thank me later. Then you need to collect 2 secrets, which are fairly easy to get. I'll tell you the location in just a bit. And you need to make sure that you don't die even once. This will prompt bonus shards, 250 shard streaks, and gives you all the points you need to get that S rank. Only then you will be able to get that S rank, Pierce's diary, which is important for the lore element of the game. Sounds easy? Well, compared to the other chapters, it fairly is. But how do you achieve all this? Don't worry, I got you. In order to get the S rank, you need to play around the map first. Try to learn how wide or narrow these halls are, how sharp each turn is, and how much time it takes to cut a corner. These things will help you a lot and immensely in defeating and getting that S rank. Getting to learn and getting to know the map, it's gonna help you a lot, because you need to keep 3 things in mind: no deaths, keep it under 10, and secrets. Where do you start? Well, it's easy. Start with secrets. When you start the level, go to the left side. Now, even though the secret rooms can be found later anyway, the left is the safest bet. You'll get time before Monkey starts chasing you, they get onto your track. There are 2 rooms which got secrets, Room A and Room B. Room A is on the west side of the ring altar. I'll put the map location on the screen so you can see. And Room B, which also got the secret file that you need to get. Before, it was used to be only 1 secret, now they got 2, of course. They have to make it harder. Upcoming chapters are not harder enough, huh? And Room B is on the south side of the ring altar. Now keep an eye on the map, as it generally shows this outside the map area, which means it's the secret room behind it. It helps a lot if you're trying or playing the chapter for the first time, so keep an eye out for that. Usually monsters, they can't enter these rooms, but don't test your luck. I've tried it a couple of times. I'm not gonna advise you to test your luck, but make sure to enter only when you have some gap between you and monsters. Go inside the room, get that secret file, and click the middle mouse button. It will turn your character 180 degree, and you can be in your momentum and get that file and get out and get back to your normal track without anybody even realizing. Because if you don't, otherwise, maybe next time. Once you get both secrets, it's time to just sprint. Don't go to the long paths unless you have time. Now, how do you keep track of time? I personally do this by starting a 10-minute timer on my watch that helps me count the time, so I know how much time do I need to cut the corners, how much time left if I got half of the shards for the specific level in a specific chapter. But trust me on this one, counters time your life. That's a lesson we can get from the game. Time your life. It's gonna help you a lot in any task. Trust me on this one. And finally, make sure to leave 2 shards. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. Leave 2 shards near the ring altar, because once you're done taking all the shards around the ring altar that you need to get back to, you can fairly get that before triggering anything, and you can get those 2 final shards and get the ring altar. Touch that. Easy peasy lemon cheesy. That was cringe. I'm not gonna do that again, but hopefully you get the point. Now, I know it's easier said than done. I've done this myself. Although I only got A rank for this video, the general formula is same. Again, it's easy to beat and get S rank on this one, so don't get demotivated. In fact, use this to better your technique, master your skills for the upcoming chapters. This level requires strategy and focus. So do others, but this will give you the boost that you need to beat other levels. There you have it. You've beaten the chapter, hopefully, by using these tips and tricks. You got the S rank. You murdered those murder monkeys. Get it? Murder. And now you can use these small techniques and get ready to what's to come in upcoming chapters. Spoilers, they're challenging. This game teaches everything about patience, hard work, try again lessons, morals, focus, sound learning, and eye coordination with hands. Never knew so much can be fit into this one game. I mean, after all, games are for kids, am I right? With that being said, if you want me to do other chapters for chapter 2, 3, 4, make sure to let me know. I've beaten all the chapters except for Crazy Car and Evil, so maybe I have some tips that I can help you guys with. So if you want this series to continue for even chapter 4 and chapter 5, all you gotta do is hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and become an official member of SmackNPie. I'm your host, SmackNPie, and until next time, take care and peace.